Welcome again. This is Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproon. We're here in the People's Hotel with,
Andy from Snow Camps Europe. What we're talking about?
and we're talking about how to enjoy your week more if you rent equipment. Because today I sat in the lift and I was speaking to two people, and they were complaining how heavy their skis were and how much they were struggling.
Okay.
So then we thought like, oh, why not do? Because they're not the only ones. We hear this often. Let's do a little episode about, make
Renting
your life
equipment.
easier when you come here on a holiday
Okay.
and
So
renting equipment
so let's talk about
or even buying. Sorry.
skis first then.
Yeah.
Because typically when you go into a rental shop, they're gonna say, go and fill in the computer. You put your information into the computer, they want your height, your weight, your ability. It's normally like beginner, intermediate, or advanced. They want your shoe size, and that's about it, right? That's all they ask you for.
Mhm.
And then that ticket gets printed out. You take it to the guy behind the thing, and he just gets you a pair of skis, right?
Mhm.
It's not very often there's a dialogue, is there? So,
So they ask how, what do you want? How, they always ask like, how well can you ski? Because you fill it out, but it's only one, two, three.
yeah,
Yeah, level one, beginner, two, intermediate, three, expert.
okay.
But that's a big range.
Yeah. There's a big gap.
Yeah. So they always ask a little bit. And they look at you, but a lot of shop employees are also not very experienced either.
Okay. So, what questions can the renter be asking, or what should they be saying to the guy behind the counter to ensure they get the right ski for them? Because nowadays it's not just one ski in the rental, there are multiple options in the rental. You've obviously got your economy, your premium, and then your superior. But within them three categories, you've also got multiple skis that you could rent. And by telling him information or asking him questions, you'd probably be able to get a more specific ski for you than just giving him the ticket and him getting one off the rack, right?
Mhm.
So what should we be saying to him?
What would you like to do this week? Do you ski piste? Do you ski off piste?
So this is what the rental guy should be
Yes.
saying. But if the rental guy is not saying this, how can the renter get this across to them?
You say, "Oh, I am not a very confident skier. I would enjoy my week the most as I can. I want a bit of a lighter ski, so I can actually turn the skis easily, pivot my feet, whatever you want to. I want to enjoy my week. There's coming some snow this week, so actually, yeah, I'm okay, but I'm not very good in off piste. But I would like to have it go a little bit, next to the piste. Oh, maybe I want to have a bit of a wider ski under my foot, just a little bit.
So,
But
yeah.
light, not too long. If you're good, if you're very good, and you say, oh, I just want to do some carving or whatever all week on the piste. Yeah, you ask for a stiffer ski, a bit
Yeah.
more heavy,
Okay, so
etc.
I suppose what I'm getting at is don't be afraid to tell the person what you want, what
Correct.
you like,
Correct.
what you've had before. So if last year you had a Atomic G9 and you really liked it, do you have an Atomic G9 I can have? Don't wait for him to pull out a Rosignol or a Vocal. Tell him what you had last time and tell him if you liked it. And if he hasn't got it, he's probably got something similar to that ski.
Correct. And
Right?
also, don't be scared to change. If you don't like the ski, just go back to the shop and say, look, this ski, I don't like it. Do you have got a different ski? They'll give you a different ski. Don't be scared to say you're the customer, you're paying money.
Yeah.
So you're paying a lot of money to go on a holiday. You just need to enjoy your week as much as possible. And the equipment, skis is one of it. We'll come to the boots in a minute.
Yeah.
Is a big part of it. And if you have a nice ski, you have a nice ski. Now, if you had that week a nice ski, make maybe a photo of it for next year
Yep.
and ask for that ski.
Yep.
Or try, if you want at some point maybe want to buy skis, try some different skis out throughout the week. And then, okay,
Yep.
yeah, this
So,
is really nice.
and again, I think this is something that's changed over time with ski rentals. Is where it just used to be a range of rental skis. The skis that are in the rental are also the skis that are on sale in the shop,
Yeah,
and
good.
they do have a range of skis within them different slots. As I said, economy, premium, and superior, and nearly all of the rental shops will allow you to change the skis day by day if you want.
Right.
So you can try as many, because their end goal is to sell you a pair of skis, even though they make most of their money in a shop from the rental, right?
There you are.
Because one rental and the ski is paid for.
Correct.
So all the subsequent rentals is just after operating costs is profit.
Depending on what, but yeah, between 1 or 2 weeks, the ski's paid for.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to tell them or talk to them. Slow the process down. If you're in on a Saturday, which is like the main changeover day, a lot of them, they want to get you in and out as quick as possible. So it's bish, bash, bosh, see you out the door as quick as we can. Slow it down. Again, as I said, you're the customer. You want to be hitting the slopes on your first day with the right pair of skis that you're comfortable on. They want to be the right length. They want to be, as all of these things we've just said. And this is possibly the most important bit with the boots, is if you feel you're being rushed to take a pair of rental boots and you're not quite sure if it's the right boot, again, slow it right down, because even if they measure your foot, they literally go, stand up, stand on this, they measure your foot, they get a pair of 26s and they go, put them on, how are they? Good, let's go. Where, again, there are multiple boots, there are multiple shapes, there are multiple closure systems. Some are right for some people, some are right for the other. Example, last week, I had a big 100 kg Scottish guy who was a relatively good skier, and they gave him a pair of rear entry Nordicas. And then I had a relatively low level beginner lady. She was a little bit lighter, and they gave her a stiffer Salomon, which the cuff was like this. So to get here to bend was really difficult.
Yeah.
And I just watched the guy get the two boots, give them to the two people, and then the people put them on. They said, yeah, that's fine. And I was scratching my head thinking, the big guy should not be in that rear entry because he can ski, and it's a slipper. It's not a performance boot. And she was given a stiffer, upright boot. And even though she said she believed it was too small, she was encouraged to take that boot.
It is, yeah, it is. But it's a Saturday, so they're good. But yeah, the boots, it doesn't make sense. Well, it really doesn't make sense. I had also last week, I had a lady, in the group, and she said, "Oh, my boot is hurting a bit." Well, I said to her straight away, "Well, we're gonna change it now." Yeah, but the boot should be a little bit uncomfortable. I said, "No, the boot should be, snug, but should not hurt." So we changed it. It was day and night difference.
Yeah.
So if your boot is hurting, if it's not the right boot, don't be scared to go back to the shop and say, look, the boot is hurting, can I have a different boot? Now, anyways, the Brundle, or the sports shop here, sorry, this, they have scanners. So this is nowadays, they put scanner, most of the shops don't have scanners in. Put your foot in and they can see and they'll put you in an okay boot. But yeah, it is, I don't understand a lot of times why they put certain boots for certain people. I really don't.
And I think the other thing is, it's important that if your boot is not comfortable or you've got pressure points, is change it sooner rather than later.
Correct.
Because the longer you go on with a pressure point, the more aggravated that's going to be. And no matter what you then go into, you will continue to feel that throughout the rest of the week. Because once that swelling is there or a bit of bruising on the bone, then that's not going to go away while you're still in a ski boot, whether you change that ski boot or not. So the minute you feel discomfort, halfway through the first day, change the boot. Now, we're quite lucky here that our two main rentals have also got rentals on the glacier. So even if you pick up your equipment in the village and then you go skiing after 2 hours, you can go to one of two shops and change your equipment straight away on the slopes. Obviously, that's not the same in every resort in every country, but
No.
it is another uniqueness and good reason to come to Gudbrand.
But really, if I would just some advice to you guys is, if you're not such a confident skier, just ask for a lighter ski. Ask for a ski that's nicer to turn. If it's slushy, ask for a ski that's a bit lighter and nicer to turn.
Just stop banging your hands.
Maybe because it's like it makes me like the sports shop
especially-
give two difficult skis to people that can't ski.
Yeah, especially if you're
The
here for
boots-
a leisurely ski holiday. If you are here to ski from hut to hut and just enjoy your time on the snow, you're not looking for major performance, then an easier ski, a ski that is easy to turn, because some of the skis literally will turn themselves, won't they?
Correct. And also on top of it, if you're not such a good skier, look always at the shaft, what you said before of the boot. Look if there's a little bit the forward lean in the boot. It's much nicer than when the shaft is straight. It doesn't make any sense to give this to beginners. Beginners, it's much nicer if you have a bit of a forward lean. It's a myth to say like, oh, you need to have a soft boot or not a sporty stance. No, a beginner needs to have a sporty stance.
Yeah, and I think something we spoke about a few days ago was there is a perception that beginners should always have soft boots, where I was saying that if you put a beginner in a soft boot, the beginner has to then, pardon me, the beginner is then challenged to balance on their own. Where if you put a beginner in a slightly stiffer boot, the boot will enable them to have balance and be in an athletic stance, so it makes it easier for them.
I agree with you. I agree 100% with you because too soft is also not so good. But it also has to do a little bit with your weight. It's not that straightforward.
Mhm.
But if you look at it like say an average, yeah, definitely. But not 130 flex, not 120 flex, but 110 flex. Why can you not give that to a beginner? Or 100 flex, or for if you're a little bit, petite or not so heavy. Give a 90 flex. I don't understand why it needs to be such a soft boot. You want to have some,
Some resistance.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
need some, you need a little bit of a forward lean in a boot. It's much easier for beginners because a good skier, that skier understands. Okay, I can bend it, I can pressurize, I can bend the ski through. But beginners, no
It's
clue.
alien. It's alien.
Correct.
Alien. To
And
them.
then if you have a straight shaft, then already like you barely can bend the ankle, or bend, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's just
And
kicks you
and,
back
and,
automatically to the backside.
and again, if
Doesn't
you are
make any
if you are a
sense.
beginner skier and you've never had ski boots on before, which is about 80% of beginner skiers, because okay, some people have had them on at dry ski slopes or indoor slopes before they've come on holiday. If you've never had boots on, you don't know that you are going to have to bend the boot. You don't know how you're going to be standing on the skis because no one's yet told you you need this athletic stance with your ankles and knees and hips slightly bent and la 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 la. So you are
Don't.
trying on something that's
Don't.
totally alien without even knowing how you should use that as an interface on the ski.
Don't start with an athletic stance. Don't.
Okay, so with the boots, take your time, make sure they feel good.
Yes.
All the things we've
It
said,
shouldn't hurt. Period.
they shouldn't
Yeah.
hurt. My boots always hurt, but
That's
me.
not good.
I know it's
You
not. I
wanna-
know it's not.
You might want. No, they should never ever hurt. They
I know.
should not hurt.
I know, but
Go
they
back
always
to the
have.
shop. Ask for
They always have.
for a good advice, Andy. Yeah. No, it's true. Go back to the shop.
Yeah. Stop hitting the seat with you
No.
because it's going to pick up on the microphone.
angry.
At least you're not hitting the
Aggravated.
table like you normally do. So there you go, folks. So what other things have we got? What other things we talked about the skis, we talked about the boots. Make sure you talk to the people in the shop. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel pushed.
Correct.
Only accept what you are happy with.
Correct.
And again, as a beginner, that's quite hard because you don't know what you don't know. But take guidance then on the first morning from the ski teacher. Because again, we've had people turn up for beginner group lessons and we've looked at their skis and gone, please go back to the shop and get a smaller ski. Or please go back and get a longer ski if it's a big, heavy bloke. Yeah. So listen to what the ski teacher says. And if you can at lunchtime, you make the change. Helmets. Would you rent a helmet for 40, 50 euros for the week?
Are they that
Or would you
expensive now?
in one of the rentals they are, yeah. It's 45 euros for the week. Would you rent that or would you buy one?
No, it's not 45.
It is.
Come on.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Just tell me which does it start with an O, a B, or an E?
The first one.
An O.
Yeah. So you wouldn't rent, would you? You'd buy because you can buy a helmet for 40, 50 euros, right?
Are those helmets made of gold?
No. And you have to give them back as well because it's rental. But my main reason
Are
for
they
not
pretty? Are the helmets pretty?
Are any helmets pretty?
Some are. Some can be cool.
Okay. But my main thing is, beside the rental fee for a helmet, is
45 euros.
you don't know who else has had that on their head, right?
Correct.
And I'm prepared to put my foot into a rental boot, but I'm not prepared to put my head into a rental helmet. Right? Because I've never seen a helmet come back into a shop and it be sprayed with a disinfectant like they spray the boots.
I agree.
Or is it just me being picky?
No, no.
Am I just being picky?
You're a bit picky, and maybe with kids, with lice, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a different story, but I'm taking this now a bit too extreme. But a bit picky. But yeah, you're correct. They never get sprayed. And a lot of the times the helmets, they're too big or either too small. They're not really fitted well. If there's too much space there, you anyway is going to get a concussion.
Yeah, it's a waste of time if
It's
it's
a waste of time. These half the time. Anyway, so we should do a podcast about the helmets, by the way.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. But it's difficult for 45 euros. No. For €7, yes. 45 euros, no. I would not. I would just. But also the helmets are quite expensive. So what? You're telling now for
you can get a helmet for
never
50 euros.
skied before you buy it. You have to
Well,
buy yeah, you can.
again, it's like your first holiday. Maybe you want to rent one, but after that, if you're gonna keep going,
If
I
you
would
keep
be
going,
buying
I
one.
would definitely buy one. Timu.
Timu, yeah. Just print yourself one at home on a 3D printer, right? Now,
I think Timu has got probably some good helmets.
On that point, those are our tips for renting equipment.
Maybe buy a helmet. I agree. If you go every year, buy a helmet. If you're beginner, never done, not sure, but 45 euros maybe.
In the scheme of things.
Can I say this now? That they should then go to a different shop?
Depends. Yeah, huh? Whatever.
Oh, no,
whatever.
It doesn't matter. In general, yes. Yes, maybe go to a different shop.
Okay. Cool. So there we go. Tips and tricks for renting equipment. It is very difficult if you are a first-time skier. We understand that, but try and talk to the shop staff and make sure they know exactly what it is you're looking for. As Wouter said at the beginning, you are the customer. You're the person paying a lot of money, a couple of €100, 250 for a pair of skis and boots for a week. You're now even getting charged for poles in a lot of shops, which always used to be in the deal. It's now an extra €9 for the week, which I just think is silly.
45. Sorry, I can't wrap my brain around 45 euros for helmet. If you go in the shop and it's 45 euros, please turn around and walk away. Yep. I'm sorry, but that is
crazy, right? Crazy. There we go, folks. We're going to end on crazy.
I can't swear anymore.
It's Andy for Snow Camps Europe
and Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproun
saying bye for now.